everyone. My name is Dedrick, and welcome to Historical Trash Box, where we talk about history in trashiest way. And today I'm going to be talking about all the World Cup finals, FIFA World Cup finals. So basically, what I'm going to tell you is the two teams that participated in the final and the final score. And at the end, I will tell you what countries have won it and what countries haven't. There's a lot of countries that haven't, but what countries haven't but have made it. All right. So the first World Cup final was held in Uruguay, and it was contested between Uruguay and Argentina. The final score was a 4-2 win for Uruguay. So, first ever World Cup was hosted by the first ever country, and the first ever country to host it won it. How interesting. So the next World Cup was hosted in 1934 in Italy. Italy won versus Czechoslovakia 2-1 in extra time. It's the first World Cup to be held in extra time, and that's about it. It was a solid game. Apparently, it was pretty interesting. So, yeah. So, 1938 World Cup was also won by Italy, becoming the first time a country has won the World Cup back-to-back times. Probably the reason why they won back-to-back times is because Mussolini at the time said that if they didn't win, he would kill them and their families. So, 4-2 win against Hungary, and Italy are two-time winners. Take a long time before they would win another one, but whatever. So in 1942 and 1946, there were not World Cups because of the World War II. But in 1950, the World Cup came back, and it was Uruguay versus Brazil. Uruguay won 2-1 versus Brazil, and it held the record for the highest attendance. Actually, no, it holds. According to this, it holds the record for the highest attendance. So, yeah. The 1954 World Cup was hosted in Switzerland, and Germany won it 3-2. Actually, it was West Germany, but it just says Germany won 3-2 versus Hungary. And it was a pretty solid attendance, and it was Germany's first ever World Cup. And also going back to the 1950 World Cup, that would be the last time Uruguay would ever make it to a final or win it. So, yeah, since then, they have never made it again. So in 1954, Germany won 3-2 over Hungary. And in the next World Cup, we saw the birth of Pelé in World Cup. Pelé scored 2 goals in the final and helped Brazil to a 5-2 victory over Sweden. To this day, that is the highest scoring final, 7 goals total. It was hosted in Chile. No, not Chile, Sweden. So Sweden made it to their own final but lost in the end. And that would be Brazil's of one of their many. And speaking of Brazil, the very next World Cup in 1962, they won it 3-1 over Czechoslovakia in Chile, with about 70,000 people attending the game. Honestly, I feel like that was a pretty decent game. And also saw the bendy leg Garrincha, who had a leg disorder, but still managed to score 2 goals in the final. So, there's that. And in 1966, it was hosted in England with about just under 100,000 people attending it. And England won 4-2 after extra time. One of the most controversial World Cup goals was scored here. So one English player hit the ball, and it hit off the crossbar and bounced into the goal and bounced out. And for most people, it's like, oh, that's a goal. But for the goalkeeper and the German defender that was there, they were saying that wasn't a goal. But the referee said goal stands, and England won 4-2. The next World Cup was hosted in 1970 in Mexico with a 4-1 Brazilian win. And also, back when this competition was first started, they said the first country to win it for 3 times would get the trophy, would keep the trophy forever. So, Brazil technically kept the trophy, but it got lost a couple years later. And to this day, we still don't know, and we think it got burned down into a whole bunch of coin, because it was made out of pure gold. So 1974 World Cup saw the new World Cup, which is the one that you see today if you look it up. 1974 World Cup was hosted in Germany, and Germany won 2-1 over the Netherlands. Solid World Cup. It saw the birth of Gerd Müller in World Cup. 1978 World Cup saw Argentina's first time back in a final since the very first one. They won 3-1 versus the Netherlands after extra time, and they won it in their own country in Buenos Aires, Argentina. The next World Cup in '82 was hosted in Madrid, Spain. Italy won it 3-1 over Germany. Argentina, the very next year, faced Germany again, and Argentina won 3-2. And the final wasn't very interesting, but the way they made Argentina made it to the final. So if you know Diego Maradona, he in a quarterfinal against England. Sorry, my voice is getting a bit parched. So in a quarterfinal versus England, he scored 2 goals, which made him the most famous and infamous player. His famous goal, he dribbled past 9 of the 11 players and scored. And his second goal, he hit the ball with his hand and it got into the goal, which the referee just allowed it. So that was pretty interesting, right? The very next year, Germany would get their revenge with a 1-0 win over Argentina. In '94, it was Oh, and also 1990 World Cup was hosted in Mexico City, Mexico. Nope, that was '86. No, Rome, Italy. God, I need to start reading. Brazil, Italy. Brazil, Italy was the tie-up in the 1994 World Cup, which was hosted in Los Angeles, United States. First time it has been hosted in the United States, and not the only time. It will be held somewhere else in 2026. So put that one in your books. Anyways, it was a 0-0 draw, and the penalty shootout was Brazil won 3-2 because Italy, their player Roberto Baggio, missed completely, and it just went horrible. Next World Cup, Brazil were trying to double up on their World Cups, trying to win another one, but France won in a very controversial way, 3-0. The reason why is because there were a lot of decisions in that World Cup that made Brazil. I honestly feel like Brazil should have scored at least a goal in that game, but nope, the referees didn't see it that way. And also, Brazil's star striker was injured. So, yeah. Anyway, Brazil would get their revenge in the 2002. Well, not necessarily get their revenge, but get that World Cup back in the 2002 World Cup with their 2-0 win over Germany. In the next World Cup after that, Italy faced France, and Italy won on penalties. France's main player, Zinedine Zidane, headbutted an Italian player and got red carded in his last ever professional game. That was kind of sad. 2010 World Cup saw Spain's first ever win over the Netherlands in a 1-0 victory after extra time. Germany won over Argentina in penalties after extra time. And our latest World Cup in 2018, France won versus Croatia 4-2. The next 2 World Cups that have been founded with host countries are Qatar in 2022, and in 2026, the United States, Mexico, and Canada will be joint hosts in the 2026 World Cup. So, to results of the World Cup winners, Brazil have made it to 7 World Cups, have won 5 and run up 2. Germany have made it to 8, won 4 and lost 4. Italy have made it to 6, won 4 and lost 2. Argentina have made it to 5, have won 2 and lost 3. France have made it to 3, won 2, and lost 1. Uruguay has won 2 and hasn't lost any. England and Spain have all made it to 1, haven't lost 1 yet. While the Netherlands have made it to 3, have never won it. Czechoslovakia or Czech Republic have made it, never won it. Hungary also have made it twice, never won it. Sweden and Croatia have also made it once, haven't won it. So, yeah, that's a rundown of the FIFA World Cup Finals. So, I'm sorry if this video seems a bit rushed. I'm very sorry. I have really no explanation why this is so rushed. But, yeah. So, I love you all and have a good day.